You are listening to the Lucha Central Podcast Network. And now, LuchaCentral.com presents Masks, Mats, and Mayhem.
Super Kick Party! Nope. No, but look how generous they were on the hairline.
Welcome to another edition of Masks, Mats, and Mayhem. I am your host, the Outlaw Ellie Red. You can find me on Twitter at JustinHarvey75. You can find the entire show on social media at MMMshow75. And these guys were mad at me last week because I didn't let them shout out their handles and do their thingy things. So go ahead.
I don't care.
Go ahead, Byron. Who are you?
All right. I'm at Byron Fever.
You're not going to tell us who you are?
I'm at Byron Fever on the Twitter and the Instagram. You can find me there at that handle.
Hi, my name
Why is your internet shittier than mine?
I don't know.
Go
He
ahead,
looks
Case.
like he's made out of Sega CD games. My name is Clarence Fuchs. Don't look me up anywhere because you're not going to include me on the tweets for this fucking show anyway.
That's why you weren't included.
Somebody's got heat.
No, it's
What
at
up?
Lucha Gringo. Go ahead and follow me. It's cool.
What up, Meef? At
All right.
Meeflo.
I'm Meatloaf everywhere, so you know.
Meeflo
Find me there.
everywhere. That sounds like
Yeah.
the name of a rock band. Anyway, thank everybody who joined us last week when we had Vinny Massaro on. Excellent guest. Our first guest and our most recent guest, and probably one of our best guests. And he had a lot to say last week. I especially love the Chavo Guerrero thing. And if you haven't
Yeah.
heard the show, I'm not going to tell you what it is. You got to go back and listen for the deep cuts. But yeah, that was a good story. And one that has never been heard anywhere else.
No.
No.
That was fun stuff, actually.
Yeah, he wasn't holding anything back last week, was Vinny.
Yeah.
No, but I was thinking about that shit when I was driving to work earlier this week, and I was just laughing my ass off driving. Like, I'm like, oh, that story is fucked up.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Did they
Oh,
change? Keith Lee's not using his NXT music on Raw, is he? I
Oh,
was barely
so
paying attention, but it's
they-
like,
Oh, let me
Hello.
tell you. I'll tell you what happened. Cross beat him so bad that he didn't think he was worthy of his old music, and he also got body shamed by Cross's superior physique, and he had to start wearing a shirt to wrestle.
yeah, what is going
I'm
on? A
scared.
shirt and like the Samoa Joe shorts and the
Awesome.
shaved face again and the bad hairline, the spotty LeBron hair. I don't understand what like, hey, let's put this guy in the big show, but let's also make him look like a clown. I didn't quite understand that.
Well, he's getting a finished track, but there is a thing where all of their CFO tracks, which people loved, like the original Shinsuke, Sammy's, who just came back, just all the great Glorious, all the great NXT themes are by CFO, and they had a bad business deal where CFO still owned half of the music,
Oh,
and they're gone. They have
They fell out, didn't they?
They have other people, and they're not even a band anymore. So they wanna own their stuff. So that's what they did.
It makes sense, but man, that new piece of music is hot garbage. It's pretty bad.
Apparently, it was just like they couldn't use the CFO, so they just had to put something in. But he's got another one on the way with the new guy. And the new
I hope
people,
so. Dear Lord, I hope so, because that is awful.
But
What's
they are
Cross's
they
music
are-
is from the new stuff, right?
Yeah.
No doubt.
yeah. He still gets to keep his.
Because it'd be a shame if he lost that entrance. Not
So,
that we're going to see him anytime soon.
No,
I think the
CFO's been
CFO was last year, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
they're totally-
I don't know what to make out of that Raw debut. I was just kind of like, I get it. I know why he's here. And it's cool that, he's getting an Orton program and he's kind of right there with the champ and the near the belt. He's belt adjacent after the big SummerSlam pay-per-view. But I just don't know about that presentation. I mean, I thought he looked good in the ring too. It was a little weird to see him with Orton.
So you want to hear some stuff? You want to hear some stuff?
Well, it is a podcast about wrestling,
This
so
is-
if you've got
this
some
is the
stuff
fresh-
about that, it might be the time.
Fresh off the Keeping It 100 podcast. So I'm stealing news, really.
Okay.
But they were talking about Cross' match with Keith Lee, and they were saying how they thought he blew up. And one of their guys who works backstage said, yeah, Keith blew up. He's got really bad conditioning. He's had it over the few years. He comes in and goes really with him.
Yeah.
But basically he ended up blowing up during the match completely. And that's why it was a bit with him during that match.
Well, yeah. I mean, Byron and I chimed in a little bit about the match as a plug-in last week, but we haven't kind of discussed it on the show yet. He did look blown up in the middle of the match to me. But again, it was a long match with a big guy, which is also another reason why I find it funny that they put him in against Randy Orton, because Randy is huge. People
Justin,
yeah.
You know why they put him with Orton? It's because Orton will put him in a chin lock for 20 minutes and he won't get gassed. That's fucking why they put him with Orton.
Well, and look, and that's not a bad plan. There's ways to do things like that, and if that's what's going to work to get Keith Lee over, then absolutely fabtabulous. I thought that they would put him in with somebody that, he could spear out of the ring or pounce out of the ring, whatever move that is he does, and do some of his big stuff and some backflips and some flippy shit and look really big first, instead of bringing him in next to a guy that actually makes Keith Lee look a little bit small, because Randy Orton's fucking huge. People don't realize it because, he's very proportionate as a human being, but he's like Brock Lesnar size. Randy Orton is fucking huge.
Yeah.
So you were saying when Randy shits in your bag, he shits in the whole bag.
The whole bag.
This is like one thing when I saw Shelton Benjamin.
Yeah.
He was the Shelton Benjamin I thought was like a cruiserweight size, but actually he's a big motherfucker up close.
But not compared to some of these guys.
His muscles are ridiculous.
Dude, I still say the weirdest one is Billy Gunn, and everyone says this, but it's 100% true. You're next to Billy Gunn and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
But you see him on TV and you're like, oh, it's a dude.
No, he's big. I met him out at Pitbulls and Prolies, and he is like, what, 6'4" or something? He's bigger than Cross.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm 6'4", but he's fucking wide, you know,
and a giant head and physique and everything. Like, he's a big dude. But I think that's part of it too. He's so wide that it makes him look like he might be shorter.
That makes sense.
But he's not at all.
And also the Smoking Guns were a fucking garbage tag team. That's the other part of it. I just have to say it.
Of course you have to say it. Casey always has to say it.
Hey, I'm not. The New Age Outlaws were the fucking shit, okay?
Yeah.
Love both those guys.
Oh, you didn't know?
Speaking of which, rest in peace, Bullet Bob Armstrong. If you aren't familiar with his work, read Meltzer's write-up in the Newest Observer, because he really gets into depth of what a big star this guy was in the South and why he's important to the industry, including a really interesting analogy where he says that Bullet Bob Armstrong is basically Chuck Liddell of his time. And it's a weird fucking thing to say, but he explains it so well, you're kind of on board. It's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, that actually does sound kind of cool. But I could see that. I could see those comparisons completely. Anyway, so this match, we haven't had a chance to talk to Casey and Meef about this yet. What did you guys think of the Cross Keith Lee match? Cross winning the title, which I thought was amazing. And we'll get into what happened after that, but just getting there alone in this amount of time, what do you guys think about it?
I felt like I watched the match worried because it looked like he got hurt, and then that's all I could think about. And but if he's that
as soon as he hit the mat,
it
was like,
he did fucking great for being that hurt throughout that much of the match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that was
it was a good 15 minutes, wasn't it?
But this brings me to another question. Like, is that wrestling heart? Is that just stupid at a certain point? Like, did he do himself more damage by continuing that match and trying to tough it out and be the guy, or was that the right move to make? You're getting your shot at the belt. If you call it into the ref and all of a sudden they're throwing up X's on you and you're getting dragged out, does that blow your spot?
Honestly, with all the adrenaline that's flowing, do you even know you're that hurt at that point? That's the thing. Like,
probably not. Though with Cross, I feel like he knew, but because he so evenly maintains his adrenaline, and a lot of people that have done some type of fighting, whether it be boxing or kickboxing or MMA, you learn after a while how to control those adrenaline dumps so you don't have them. And also in a wrestling match, a lot of these guys get very used to it, so they don't have those big adrenaline spikes. Also helps when you know the finish and the other person isn't trying to actually kill you.
True.
But I gather, I feel like he knew he was pretty badly done in there for a minute. It looked like Keith was gassing, Cross was on his neck, on his shoulder hurt, and they slowed it down considerably. But Cross kept going and he pushed through it, and I thought that it was an amazing performance. Whether or not it was the smartest thing he's ever done, I still was really proud of him. I was really happy to see him get the belt, get the win.
I loved him winning with the old Razor Ramon superplex too. Like that was pretty dope. Razor Ramon used to call that the career ender backstage, and he still did it in all of his fucking matches. But he called it the career ender, and he called the fall away slam the sack of shit. Also, yeah.
Byron.
It was interesting to see him do that, do the Saito off the top for his finish, and him and Keith Lee, both their weights would land right on that bad shoulder. Mm-hmm. That like to me, because I've hurt my shoulder in a similar manner playing hockey before. You get like a torn ligament separation type thing, and it's like in the moment, it's paralyzing pain. You can barely even move your arm in the moment, or maybe for 30 seconds. It feels like an hour, but it's just for like that moment. And then it becomes usable again. So that might have been a thing where it got messed up real bad, and he had that moment when he's like, this is going to be an issue.
And if you will, I would like to offer Byron on those lines. What kind of treatment have you ever tried? Okay, because someone else has a bad shoulder in professional wrestling, and they get really stupid stuff done to it instead of getting it fixed. Ooh. Have you ever got suction cup therapy to try to fix your shoulder?
Suction cup therapy is a real thing, but if you want to talk about maintaining a bad shoulder and a lengthy money-making career, talk to Randy Orton, because I remember vividly, because it happened to him. I've had the 2 surgeries on mine, so I paid extra attention to him. He popped his shoulder doing a fucking drop kick as like a rookie. There was a match, him and Batista against the Dudleys, and him and Batista both got hurt real bad. I think maybe one of the Dudleys broke their ankle. It was like the plane ride from hell, but just a wrestling match.
The match.
The ride from hell, the match version.
So he does a bunch of, he had it fixed, and he does, you build up the muscle around the joint, which is why I think Cross, since the arm was still in the socket and had strength, I think he was able to finish the match right, because he has muscle.
It was a weird one though, because like as soon as Keith, because I was in the DM, and I was like, he's injured, because as soon as
Meef did say it immediately, and I was like, he's fine.
As soon as he got shoulder barge,
and then as soon as Meef,
I was like, and he was waving his collar. Yeah, because he waved that,
looking out for it.
And then you could see him, like, this happened a lot. He was tucking his arm in, the natural reaction of protecting. So I don't quite buy that it didn't hurt for the rest of the match, because he naturally just started hanging and tucking in.
I don't mean it doesn't hurt.
Oh, no, but you know what I mean? I think it was in a lot more pain than...
And then, no, it's what I mean is it's like that paralyzing pain when you can't use your arm at all.
Oh, okay.
And it does change once the realization of what has happened sinks in. Yeah. Like when I had my arm disconnected from the shoulder socket, I was fine for quite a while. And then I was like, oh no, my arm's dangling and it's not connected to the rest of my body anymore. And that's when when the panic sets in and the adrenaline changes and the shock wears off, like the pain sets in pretty fierce, and thank God
that does sound metal as fuck though, Justin.
Oh, it was dope, man. My arm was like literally 2.5, 3 inches longer because it was just hanging out of the socket.
Like the muscle
I'm touching wood. I'm touching wood right now because I inflict those injuries on people in sports.
I'm touching wood right now too.
I severed someone's leg at the knee with a football challenge. I went 2 feet straight through a kneecap as they ran towards me.
You're not very nice.
See, I just had enough bad.
I'm very competitive. I had
he lost enough times, you know. I don't like any kind of shoulder pain at all. I sucked at jiu-jitsu enough to get key locked enough times
to realize that shoulder pain is a real ass thing. Yeah, I don't like rolling.
But I mean, Kenny Omega's been working with a shitty shoulder this whole time, and he keeps getting that suction cup therapy, which I think is bullshit, but Byron says isn't.
Well, it's really good. No, it's really good for getting poisons out of your skin and stuff.
It also helps the muscle tissue around an injury, so what not so much the joint of the injury. It helps strengthen the muscle tissue.
Macho Man should have got it when Jake's Cobra bit him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he got a different kind of suction that night, though.
I will say, for the guidance at home here, we have to say that actually the sucking of poison out after a snake bite is utter bullshit. It's in your system. You need to get to the hospital. Okay. That's sucking poison. You can't suck poison out.
It's like
need some medical tips. I like it. So wait, can I still pee on your foot from a jellyfish though?
Keep that. That's what you call it. I can't remember the code now. It's like a stonefish. Fuck, we have them here also. Yeah.
I don't know where this conversation.
Donald Trump will let you do it.
Anyway, let me get to the.
I thought the cross match was. I thought it was fun. I thought it was good.
But, too long.
But
I mean, I don't think it would have felt too long had things gone a little bit smoother. But yeah, maybe it was a little long.
But it is something, isn't it? In your big moment, and you realize in the first act of your performance, you don't have an arm anymore. And so you're in the ring with...
And so you just do everything like you still do.
Yeah, and you're in there, but everything with...
An avalanche Saito.
Everything with a guy like Keith Lee, though, is so much more because of his mass.
Yeah. He weighs another 100 pounds than everybody else.
Well, and that was part of the thing, and it's funny because we were talking about this before the match, where Keith Lee and Cross faced off, but they put another guy into it as a three-way dance, and Mav Pro is what it was called back then, and it was because Cross was nursing a rib injury at the time, and they couldn't do big man moves on each other, but they did a bunch of other stuff, and they threw some fists, and it was a great ending, and you could tell that they still had chemistry, but these are two big guys that moving each other around isn't very easy. We'll see how that goes for Keith Lee with Randy Orton, another huge guy, and if he can move Randy around a little bit. But I liked kind of where they were going with it on Raw. Now, the next part of the Cross scenario is, so Cross does walk away with the belt. Nobody knows what's going to happen. He opens the show on Wednesday night.
We all knew it was going to happen then.
Yeah, I mean, and he drops the belt.
I hate this angle. I hate this angle. I hate willingly dropping the title. Do the Shawn Michaels, be an asshole and keep the belt, like they're doing with Sami Zayn, though. Unfortunately, but
the thing that I said, I think even the night before they were talking about dropping the belt, when we started talking about the injury, I said with Justin, me and him were talking about like the best way to do it for me was having, if it's going to be 3 to 6 weeks, fuck it. You don't need to defend it in that time. Another takeover is not for a while. Just have him be a dick. Create a tournament, weird. See who faces him or something. Because or just have him go, nah, I don't want to face you.
At the time, I had talked to Cross briefly in between the pay-per-view and the NXT show, and he kind of sounded like it wasn't going to be that long or that big of a deal. Now, I don't know if he's kayfabing or not, but he's making it sound like it is going to be much longer. I think that what's going to happen is you never see Karrion Kross on NXT again. I don't think he goes back. I think they put him up.
Rumble.
I think they pull him up sooner. I don't think he's going to even be that long. I don't think they'll make him wait until January. I think he'll be back by Thanksgiving. Before then, and I think that he'll chase down Keith Lee over at Raw. I don't think they'll ever put him back on NXT. You may have seen his last performance on NXT. Maybe they do. Maybe they do put him back down or give him another little run at it at some point in time. But I also don't know if they need to. I would prefer that they did because I like what they do with him there better. And I think he's going to get a little lost in the shuffle up on one of the big shows.
They'd put him with the Fiend straight away. They'd put him with the Fiend.
I mean, who knows? But again, I could very easily see that. I could also see it being a work on the timeline. I mean, they always want to stay longer so that they can surprise you with somebody's return. Because Cross made it sound like initially made it sound like it was a flesh wound and it'd be a couple 3 weeks. And now in the And in his
about it on Twitter
posts,
as well.
it looks like it's going to be a lot longer than that.
Well,
And what's being
maybe the
reported-
original posts were pre-MRI and then post-MRI.
And that's what they're making it sound like. So that could actually be 100% true. He might be on the shelf a little bit longer. Regardless, I don't necessarily think it's bad for him at all. Like this a lot of times works out in your favor. He's got this hype. He's got this mystique. He got this nice little quick NXT run. Hopefully, everything with the shoulder comes out fine. Then he gets a little time to rest his body because he has been, working not a real hard schedule, but a decent schedule. And then he can pop back up somewhere and have it actually have some momentum and some juice behind it. Have it be a big, reemergence.
I think I just figured it out.
Okay, what'd you figure out?
You might have just mentioned it as well. So Cross is going to be kind of, upset about what's happened, obviously, hasn't he? You could almost say he's going to come back mad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you know what else? This is
Dead juice is back, baby.
Can I tell everyone what's really going to happen? That this is all a smokescreen, and he's going to be the leader of that group that keeps sabotaging Raw.
Dude, I would actually appreciate that. I would like that.
See, I think that's where Keith Lee's going to be stuck feuding since, his girlfriend and his biggest rival are both fucking members of the group.
That's so funny, isn't it? Yeah. No, not even allegedly. Mia Yim stood there with Mia Yim pants on, screaming, "It's my house," like Mia Yim does.
Dajavec, right?
Oh yeah, died. Yeah.
No one else stands with his posture or has his body type.
No, except for Dax Shepard, but he's a lot smaller.
Yeah, the tiny version of that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought it was interesting, and I'm still really proud of Karrion Kross. I'm still really excited that he got there. I think it's unfortunate how it ended, but at the same time, I hope he recovers quickly, gets a good rest. I think that it's obvious that the company is definitely behind him. So when he comes back, I hope they still have some good stuff for him, and that the whole landscape hasn't changed. It's weird. What do you think? What do you think the program was going to be after he got out? I mean, I think they were still working towards Finn, and I think Finn was very resistant to it.
Yeah, well, Long Dick Boy was probably going to lose.
It's almost like he was politically in the back.
I mean,
some might say Cross might not actually be out for that long, but someone might have gone round in the back crying about him not being stripped of a title when he was stripped of a title for the same kind of injury. Some people might say that of Finn Balor, that he's a little bitch.
Meef, how could someone
I would say that.
How come someone with such a huge penis be so insecure? Is my question about Finn Balor.
Have you seen his fucking head? It looks like a fucking potato.
I have no idea why Finn would have any reason to be like any of that. Have you seen his wife? Have you seen just the life that he leads? Have you seen
the sausage?
Have you seen Shawn Michaels? Shawn Michaels has got a pretty good life. Shawn Michaels is a little bitch boy running around backstage playing fucking politics.
Example
for his entire career.
Example for your point.
Shawn Michaels
looks.
He drives
the girls wild. I got the moves.
5 years ago.
Really moving.
Oh, this is what you come to MMMshow for, folks. Listen,
they're in the same position. Same position.
Sexy boy.
Little skinny people.
Listen, we've got a lot of good stuff coming up today. We're going to talk about the PWI500. We're going to talk about another episode of Lucha Underground and whether or not it was super duper hit or miss. Few other things going on in the world of wrestling, so you got to stick around. But now we've got to hear from she's the girl, the one that dances to the Taylor Swift songs. God, what's her name?
Sing it to
Big Mommy.
No, we got to hear from Denise Salcedo over there in Lucha Central about everything that's happening this week on the Lucha Central Podcast Network.
Hey everyone, it's Denise Salcedo here in Lucha Central with a reminder of where and when to catch all of the great network content this week. Get the full lineup and listen to all of our shows in the podcast network section of luchacentral.com. Sundays on the Lucha Central Facebook page, world-traveled shooter of the camera kind, Jerry Villagrana goes mano a mano with a fellow photographer to throw down about some of their favorite photos they have taken at Lucha Libre events. Monday, Business of the Business returns as Mass Republic President Kevin Kleinrock takes you inside how your favorite Lucha Libre merchandise gets made. On Tuesdays, Mass Mats and Mayhem takes you inside the world of Lucha Underground as they take you weekly through the series with the benefit of hindsight and the benefit of special guests from the groundbreaking series. Check out the premiere video stream every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern on the Lucha Central YouTube channel and at luchacentral.com. Then listen to it on your favorite podcast platform every Wednesday. Tuesday nights live, it's Wrestle Boss, where Favi Chulo talks MMA and pro wrestling with special guests and listener call-ins. Visit WrestleBossLive.com Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific to listen live or call in with questions or download the show on podcast platforms on Wednesdays. Wednesday nights live on Facebook, it's Spanish show La Mesa de los Márgaros, giving you both the news and the chisme from around the lucha world. Special guests and a whole lot of fun make it one of the most talked about shows in Mexico. Thursdays, it's Straight Out of the Bodega with Papo Esco and PWI promoter Gabriel Ramirez as they have guests from throughout the wrestling world pull up to give an inside look into their careers. From indie standouts to television superstars, each week brings a new name and perspective. On Friday, it's your double dose of Lucha Central Weekly podcast, one in English y el otro en español. Lucha Central Weekly is where you'll find all the top stories of the week, both inside and out of the ring from Mexico and anywhere luchadores are in action across the globe. Be sure to subscribe and follow all your favorite Lucha Central Network series on your favorite podcast platforms, either by their own series name or subscribe to the Lucha Central Podcast Network show pages to get all of the shows in one easy feed. And please consider giving a rating to help more fans find the shows that you love. For now, this is Denise Salcedo signing off from Lucha Central Central. Have a great week.
And we're back. We got an episode of Lucha Underground to talk about, but I want to talk real quick about Thunder Rosa and Shida first. What do you guys think? Is that a good match for?
It's a good promo. I like
either
promo.
of them.
It's really well done.
I'm excited about it. I don't know what to make of it, though. Honestly, I have no idea how their styles are going to match up, or what that's going to be like.
All I gotta say is Thunder Rosa's really good at stealing titles from superior Japanese wrestlers. So maybe Ito Respect Army.
Ito-chan.
We'll see. We'll see. I really have no idea where they're going to go with the gimmick. I feel like it's kind of what AAA did with AEW a little bit, but I don't know. Like,
I feel like she's got to bring nastiness and make it a feud, or it's a one and done. So make it a feud.
I think so too, but I think that to make it a feud, Mel has to take the belt, right?
Go for it. Do it. She's deserving. You know.
Oh, yeah, we need a dragon picture.
They're putting her over. That promo was 73.
Yeah.
You know?
That promo was fucking fire. But I also think that, you bring Billy Corrigan in and you got the name, even though he didn't appear on camera. He literally phoned it in. Which I thought was a little strange that Billy couldn't get on a fucking video call. Come on,
Billy's
bro.
Billy Corgan is one place above Tessa Blanchard on the PWI500.
Like, how many fucking records do you have to sell to get a video camera on your fucking phone or your computer to just...
Billy, I understand being on camera sucks. Don't listen to these guys. I know you've been listening to our show since day one.
Might have been day two.
I could see someone could just want that voice as a voiceover over highlights and not have ever seen Smash.
The world is a vampire.
You guys remember when he hit Steve Carino with the guitar?
Someone as old as you're Casey, I think.
Of all the things I love about Billy Corrigan, I'm gonna have to say his voice is probably the lowest on the list of things I love about Billy Corrigan.
Absolutely. But
despite all his rage, he's still just a rat in a cage.
He's still just a rat in a cage. Sorry,
I'm not a fan.
It does sound like a 7-year-old upset throwing a patio.
Oh man, I saw Smashing Pumpkins live once with Pearl Jam, who nobody knew at the time, who blew the fucking doors off. I can imagine. Eddie Vedder jumped like 20 feet over the barricade into the crowd with the mic stand, running around the entire auditorium, just fucking slated. And then Smashing Pumpkins was up after him, and Billy was. I mean, the songs were good. He's a great songwriter, but his perforence was absolutely
the band that made shoegazing a thing. You mean?
Yeah, and then the Red Hot Chili Peppers headlined that show.
Shoegazing a thing.
Well, they made
Shoegaze was around way before.
Here, Meatloaf, here, where music counts. Where music is important, where all your famous Brits make money off of music.
Okay, fair, I'll give it up. Well, I was going to say, on the subject of Pearl Jam, 10 and out, pretty much. 10's a great album, the rest.
Oh, no, Versus has like 3 songs on it, come on.
But they're all depressing.
Oh, yeah, what's that one about the apocalypse? That was quite good.
Yeah. Anyway, I can't even tell you guys like how big a weekend it was between what went on with Thunder Rosa and what went on with Karrion Kross. Like, they're friends of the show, like real friends of the show. And it's just awesome to see them getting their due and having paid the dues that they did to get there. Even though I know it's very quick and early for Karrion Kross in a lot of ways, still, believe me, the guy did the work. Thunder Rosa absolutely doing the work. I mean, during COVID, she's finding any socially distant thing that she can do to keep wrestling and be active, since NWA is not doing much. You know, she's flying in and out of Jacksonville. At the same time, she's getting her own promotion going, and she's got small indie events and then bigger shows. Like, the girl just works constantly.
It's interesting how she wins Maki Ito's title and then all this COVID thing happened. It's almost like she orchestrated it to keep her hold on the Tokyo Joshi Pro Championship.
Well,
so she should go back and defend it.
If she gets this belt too, she's officially a belt collector, which will be.
She's on Ultima Dragon.
Yeah, she's got to do the Great Muda picture or the Sasuke.
She's got one with a few of her other titles, but that would be
speaking of titles and speaking of big weekends. I think me and Byron have something that we need to talk to our people about.
We absolutely do.
Yeah, because the biggest friend of our show, the most friendliest friend of our show, Minoru Suzuki, not only won the never open weight title, you called him an old man. You called him old ass Suzuki. You said, "Oh, he's gonna join the NJPW dads and do like Kojima and Tenzan matches." Fuck you, because you know what? He got your Haas, he got Shingo, he got your young man that's on the up and up, and he made him his bitch. He even stopped to point at the sky when he did the Gotch style pile driver to just say, "This is where his soul's gonna go once his head hits the fucking mat."
He was saying, "What's up to Frank?"
Oh, yeah. I mean, you always want to say "What's up to Frank," but I thought it was like an anniversary of Frank's birth or death, and then I looked it up and realized Frank died the day before my birthday, and I got all bummed out. But all we need to know: Minoru Suzuki, never open weight champion, evil, haha, eat shit. Also, Okada lost Satoru Yano. What the fuck?
That was amazing. I only wish we could see what happened because the screen goes out right before the pin.
Oh man,
Triple A running the show.
Yeah.
All right, you guys ready to talk about a Lucha Underground? Don't answer that question. Let's do it anyway.
That was you should watch that.
Do you want me to do it in bullet points? Do you want to bullet point it?
No, I don't. Let me set it up first, and then you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. Lucha Underground Season 1, episode number 17 now. We've gotten through 17 episodes since the rebirth of MMMshow.
God, I can't wait.
And man, it's been funny because, a few months back, we were all like, yeah, it'll be a great idea to go back and watch all that awesome Lucha Underground. And then you realize that a lot of it holds up and a lot of it doesn't.
Well, to be fair, we are not. We're getting to the good part. We're like 2 weeks away from the good part.
It does. Okay. And you know what? It's been long enough now that I actually will be curious to watch some of this stuff again, because the stuff that is coming up is where I really got heavily invested in it. I started going to tapings all the time. You guys were there all the time. And, it was worth being there. It was some of the most awesome shit outside of ECW.
One of us wasn't there.
I was illegally watching it. Which made it feel good.
I do gotta say though, it's gonna really suck when we watch Grave Consequences. We're like, this match is a piece of shit. What?
Let's hope not. Let's not. Because
I will say, this week the Temple was rammed in this episode. Rammed behind Vamp and Striker. There was
fuck does that mean in American English? Because I don't know if I quite get what you're saying.
Rammed full of people.
You rammed into people.
It was full of people.
It was packed. I think that's the way you say it in American.
Do we need to tell them what butt ramming is? Is that what we'll save it for the next break?
Okay.
I know what that is. I know that is, Sweet Cheeks.
So the first thing I want to say about this episode, a war started in Mexico. I guess is a reference to Tejano and ADR coming up for this match. But I want to say that we shit on her every now and then, but Melissa Santos was absolutely excellent in this episode. This was probably where she started to actually figure out how to do her job, or that she even necessarily had a job. And it was, hey, look, you got to give props where they're due. I thought she did great. She got the right emphasis on everything. She was getting the crowd hype. Words were actually rolling off of her tongue nicely, and she did a good job. So kudos to Melissa Santos for this episode.
I skipped every intro and have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. Byron agrees with me, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She didn't do horrible.
But we kick this one off with an Alberto Del Rio, Alberto El Patron vignette with Dario Cueto, and Alberto refuses to take on Ricky Mandel.
Tejano!
Because he's scared.
Alberto refuses to take on Famous B.
Tejano!
He even refused to take on the glorious, performing, wonderful luchador, Son of Havoc.
If I wasn't clear, Tejano.
So I'm guessing he'd be willing to accept a match with, I don't know, Tejano?
Dude,
I think
okay,
he's happy with that.
This scene revealed that Alberto Del Rio's an asshole. And let me tell you why. Because he tears up the desk every time he's saying Tejano. He's throwing papers all over. But then at the end, he says thank you, and then he throws another piece of paper. Fucking dick.
Spoiled brat. Oh,
and
the worst.
He attacked the bull.
He did.
Yeah.
He touched the bull. But I got to say, everyone is super behind Alberto here. We were behind him here. It was until later. He hadn't shown any autism benefits yet. Everything is good right now.
Like, look, he was good for business at the time, and it gave Dario a chance to pet his bull.
My favorite part was the gig scar on his forehead in all of his close-ups.
Nice. Because he does a thumbnail thing, doesn't he?
He does whatever it is. It's right below the temple. When you would think he still has his full head of hair, just you cut in the hair so you don't ruin your movie star good looks.
Well, if you see Tejano's forehead,
straight old school thumbnail, dude. I think he's one of those.
That wasn't a gig mark. That was from Crow Cop's shin.
Oh, really? That makes sense.
Dos Caras. Oh, Junior. The only one better than that is Petey Williams, but we'll move on. Not the wrestler one, the other Petey.
Canadian Destroyer, baby.
Mil Muertes, Sans Katrina versus Phoenix.
Dude, Phoenix owed Mil some money or something.
This match was great. This
Mil
match was
punch.
absolutely
punch.
Mil was beating the fucking shit out of him.
I absolutely love this match. Phoenix was getting in some of his flippy shit. Mil is Ricky Banderas, Macias, whatever the fuck you call him these days. He is underrated as a base.
Yep.
He really, really fucking is.
Dude, he's underrated as everything. He's so fucking good. He should be a top guy right now.
I'd like to think that this was the match that the boys were watching in the back that made this feud go on for a long time, because this shit was fucking fire. What were you going to say, Byron? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, he can do the regular lucha stuff too. Like he throws head scissors for such a big guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he really can do everything.
I mean,
the fun part as well was the Hurricane Run. I like to call it a Hurricane Runner driver that Phoenix did off the steps.
Yeah, what did I call it? I had some weird name for it too.
We slammed him head first into the fucking
kind of like the monkey flip pile driver off the top rope at the end of the match. Jesus fucking Christ!
No, what was the other one? There was a run up second rope chin breaker suplex too. That was something I had never seen. What the fuck?
Well, because there was one that I didn't know if Mil was trying to monkey flip him or hit the code breaker off the top.
The code breaker was on. Yeah, I thought that was a code breaker.
But I don't think
driver.
I don't think Phoenix knew what he was taking, because he took a pile driver that was on the top of his fucking head.
Yeah,
the knee saved him.
I also don't know who would say, "Hey, I want to do a code breaker off the top rope."
I don't know that they planned to do anything that they did in this match. They just did it, and somehow luckily, all the things worked. Maybe half of them were botches. Maybe they were just being inventive. I don't know, but I loved every second of it.
I gotta say, Phoenix stopped wearing colorful gear lately, but this red and blue gear was pretty fucking dope.
So nice. Yeah, I miss the days. When he wore colorful stuff. The punch was fantastic. I was trying to remember where the nose break was, because like you saw him start to do the pout.
Oh yeah.
This one.
He always,
I was thinking,
he'd always do the pout.
No, nose break is season 2 or season 3. It's late season 2 or season 3.
Because when that punch connected, I thought, oh, he's killed him.
Yes.
Yeah, it was beautiful. I think he actually did hit him.
to be fair, there was also a punch in the match that was a complete miss that Phoenix actually sold harder than the one where he actually got potatoed.
The one against the ropes. Yeah, I'm surprised they left that in, actually.
It was amazingly bad. They picked the best camera angle they could have for it, but I mean, it missed by a mile, and Phoenix was all...
We're 17 episodes in. And Casey was surprised that was left in.
I thought that was the worst thing before.
True.
Yeah, I think their edit schedule.
It's probably the best one they had.
Was a little tighter in this first season, so they tended to leave a few more things in.
Yeah.
Jimmy V also was at the top of the stairs in this one, so he gets a couple of nice cameos throughout this episode. But right at the beginning of this match, you get a whole lot of Jimmy V. Wishing to God Katrina was there. And then when Katrina actually does enter, she got past him before he even noticed, so he looked really pissed.
She would have hit him with the rock anyway.
Katrina does enter, and we're now seeing Katrina in the attire that she tends to be in for most of the rest of the series, and comes in with the rock. But Mill gets the win with the flatliner.
Dwayne came in and gave him the rock bottom, the people's elbow.
No, it's cool.
Right.
It's a finish.
I wasn't ever since he posted that picture of him working out in the Lucha Underground shirt, we waited for something like this to happen.
I like that idea of Rock coming in with Katrina. That sounds like actually it doesn't matter where your tongue is.
Well, we know where her tongue was after this match.
Wow, we sure do. So anyway, we go to the actual finish, Casey. Look, an actual finish. There's a flatliner and a pin after the run-up chin break or whatever deal.
Yeah, because we got a group of Rudos and Technicos, so let's have the Rudos get the clean wins and the Technicos get all the shitty ones. But whatever.
why did the abuse on Katrina not seem as offensive to me this time? I mean, she comes in, it seemed to work for the storyline. A lot better. He does the chin lift over the top, and then he kind of throws her in the corner. And then maybe the throw was a little bit like, that's borderline. But I felt like it had more purpose this time. I don't know. Maybe it was all the rapey Evilise and Helico stuff in the same episode that made it so bad the last time.
It was an addition.
Too much in one.
Yeah.
Right. So like here, it didn't bother me as much. It seemed like it moved the storyline forward. And maybe I also knew that like there's more coming. So it didn't bother me. But I liked all the finish with that. I liked Katrina refusing to do the lick of death and then giving it to Mill, and then, a more reasonable level of spit swapping with Phoenix this time. It wasn't quite as gross as last time.
No, dude, it was grosser because she had all of the spit from licking Mill in her mouth and then made out with him.
Oh, she snowballed him.
She snowballed the shit out of him, dude. If you don't know what a snowball is, go see Clerks.
Carly, wherever you are, God bless you. That's just wonderful.
Type it into the porn website of your choice. No,
let's not suggest anyone do that.
Just watch Clerks. Everyone needs to watch Clerks anyway.
No, it's only funny as a joke.
Is it a drink? Is it a drink over there?
No, it's like an icy thing here. Anyway,
because a snowball here is you put Dutch drink. What's it called again? Bright yellow. Advocate and lemonade.
You say these things like we fucking know what you're talking about. You're from another country. Literally.
You don't drink. You
don't
drink
know
Advocate?
What you're saying.
You don't drink Advocate?
No.
It's
what the fuck is that?
It's probably like a bright yellow, like liqueur-y kind of creamy
the stuff
liquid.
That's illegal in the United States for making you blind, probably.
No, it's real weak. It's grandma shit.
Wow, I don't even know what the words are that you're saying right now. Anyway, I think that this match is a big early payoff for everyone. This was a headlining caliber match. This was a pay-per-view quality match. It had epic storyline implications as well. I loved everything about it.
We're talking about Big Rick and Sexy Star?
No, we're not talking about that yet. Are we going to talk about that at all? I'm talking about.
I skipped the entire thing.
Listen, I'm talking about this first match as much as I humanly can because I feel like this is why we do a show about Lucha Underground, and I watch the rest of this show and I question why we do a show about Lucha Underground. But damn it, this match was good.
Oh, it's
I've got something.
Oh yeah, what's up, Meath? What's up?
So do you like we put a certain penis gimmick guy on the Wall of Shame, so we're not really going to talk about his matches?
Oh, he was totally in that match.
Can we do that with Sexy Star? Since she tried to break someone's arm.
No. Here's the thing about Sexy Star. If you are going to be a fan of Lucha Underground, you have to accept Sexy Star and all of her sexy starness. Because that is part of your punishment. Like to get the good stuff from Lucha Underground, you have to suffer through what all of us have suffered through.
Oh God!
To get
and you
to
got
the
to
good
do
stuff.
it, and you have to watch every match twice, like we fucking did.
The Sexy Star is part of your badge of honor in being a Lucha Underground fan, of being a true believer. You have to sit through it to get to the good stuff.
Yeah, and just be happy you weren't.
This is probably the fourth time we've watched it, though, isn't it?
Maybe for me, this is probably the third.
No, but I was talking about the matches she had to reshoot.
True. Yeah. That's also true.
Yeah.
First of all, let's talk about Conan's package.
That was great.
Him being out in the rain, I love it. Conan literally comes in out of the rain. How metaphorically awesome is that? This also looked very. So cool maybe it was the music, but this felt super Sons of Anarchy-ish, which I believe was very popular at the time.
I need Jim here. We need Jim to verify, since none of you fuckers watched it, but I think it's the same people that did the music for the Boner Yard match on Talkin' Shop-A-Mania.
Maybe. But it also looked a lot like the opening to the Undertaker Triple H feud, which everyone thought it was Sting.
Sting 97.
Interesting.
Oh, baby.
I mean, I was just getting major Kurt Sutter vibes off of it. It felt like one of his way too long 3-act montages from Sons of Anarchy.
I just hope that they warmed the water for the fake rain, because that looked like it fucking sucked for Conan. Like, that did not look fun.
Let's get Conan on the show. Let's get Conan on the show and ask him.
We should get Conan on here and ask him about it. All right. I'm going to mark this down as a question for Conan.
Because 90% of the time I hear people talk about having to get drilled with rain like that, and they say it's cold as fuck and it sucks.
Yeah, it's usually just like from a pump, and they fucking it's ice cold. It's been like in the fucking middle.
Yeah, but you're getting paid to do it, as opposed to when you stand in the rain.
How much money?
Enough to do it.
Conan was getting enough to do it. Yeah, I'll put that right next to Conan. Why the fuck did you get fired from Lucha Underground? And Conan, would every wrestling promotion in the world fall apart without you? Those are my 3 questions I have on my list for Conan.
I think we already kind of know yes to that one.
Yeah,
I want to hear his. I want to hear his answers to those questions. It's sometimes it's a good interview, or you know the answer to the question, but you ask it anyway because you know that their version of the answer is going to be straight fire.
Mm-hmm. Casey, say it, Casey. Do the Vince McMahon thing.
I don't know.
Good shit.
Oh, such good shit.
All right. Anyway, package was awesome. Vinaigrette number 2. Ivelisse. I like the whole Dario 1 victory doesn't make you anything. I love that. Like, look, him just acknowledging, like, look, you fucking cheated. Like, what? Nobody cares about your 1 victory.
Hey, yeah, it's cool. How'd Cage get that title shot again, Dario?
Well,
I also love how he's like, no offense, Angelico. A win over you doesn't mean anything, and also the whole vignette, and Helico couldn't say a single word. And
why isn't Helico with that cool accent in the entire scene and gets to say nothing?
It just reminded me of where he's at today. Still not doing much. It's still although, like, I love him and Jack, and they come out on Dark and they do stuff, and I love how Jack runs around and just flips it, and Angelico just vibes to the ring, and his jacket just.
I feel like Angelico must just not talk when he's in the back. And in fact, the only time I ever met Angelico, he was standing in the VIP the whole time and wasn't even in the back with the rest of the wrestlers. He probably just doesn't talk to anyone?
I don't know, because the only time I met him, he was talking to the heels and Ashley, and he was nice as fuck. I think he just doesn't like you guys. I don't know.
Maybe. I mean, he was talking to me, but like,
he doesn't play the game.
He wasn't associating with the wrestlers, is what I'm saying. Yeah, he'll talk to J-Man and Urban, but he won't talk to like fucking Ricochet.
Yeah,
like, go talk to the boys. Go hang out. Go get some. Go get some love.
If a conversation with Ricochet is like his promos, then it's not going to be a good conversation, is it?
Well, that was the joke, Meef.
Honestly, though, we've seen videos of Angelico. We've seen Angelico's life away from wrestling on videos, and wrestling's probably the shittiest part of his life.
Yes.
Yeah. What did I do when I was casually playing it down? Oh, I lived in Europe and lived in Italy and Spain for like a year and a half.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't want to get into the details, but he is living a very fulfilled life. I don't know how much time and just energy that he has left over to even
like Rob Van Dam should be taking lessons from Angelico, is what I'm saying.
I don't know about that. Rob Van Dam leads a pretty charmed life.
I don't know. Angelico's young enough to enjoy it still.
And I think Rob Van Dam is actually higher than Angelico currently on the PWI500.
Oh, don't come on.
We'll get there. Anyway, next week, Angelico, Ivelisse rematch. Then we get to this Puma and his punching bag segment, and then which was great. I thought it was just going to stop at the punching bag, and then ADR makes Puma his punching bag.
You know what's great is that Puma was barely moving the bag, and they still did this segment. Tremendous. It's the weakest strikes I've ever fucking seen.
Sexy Star, I remember just mentioned.
She punched through a wall, bro.
Yeah,
true, man.
Sexy Star is an actual trained fighter. Technically, in actuality, you know, so like she probably knows how to throw a punch.
Yeah, so's Amir Khan.
And
Amir Khan gets chinned every time he goes in a boxing ring.
Cool. So then Puma probably doesn't even know how to throw a punch. He's not pulling.
Man, I don't know if he knows how to throw a punch. He is pulling, but the flippy shit is dope.
I tried talking boxing with Byron.
That's why Puma fucking thinks that kick. Putting a guy on your shoulders and then setting him down and kicking him is supposed to work.
All right.
Maybe he should have done that to the bag.
Exactly. So we know ADR is coming for the title now. He's a top guy, and he has now put his sights on it, which, you know, makes the outcome of everything else completely pointless with Tejano, I guess. I don't know. I thought this package was a little misplaced, but I get it. You bring in a guy like ADR, you have to let him kind of be in the spotlight. What's up, Skeletor? Hi. We have a rare Skeletor appearance.
Dude, he is rare. I've been looking for this shit for like months, dog. Shit.
So I think I have the highlight of the Big Rick versus Sexy Star match was really
the finish.
Matt Stryker talking about Snapchatting with Pimpy. That he's happy that the messages disappear after a while.
That's interesting. I skipped this whole match. I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm a bad podcaster.
Yep,
fuck you.
skipped.
I watched this shit enough.
No.
I'm not.
You
watching
skipped it. You didn't get to see Sexy Star get a roll up win on Big Rick.
I skipped to the finish. I know that didn't happen.
The finish was actually kind of good though. That was. What were you gonna say, Byron? I didn't mean to, I love cutting you off, but I don't mean to do it.
I was gonna say, she did she sent another person to the hospital via brutal roll up. Like, it's so tough. I watched TKO. The match, but I legit slept through it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it was technically.
I actively pressed the skip button.
It was.
Look, I watched the entire match, and I have less to say about it than you guys. There's nothing to say other than this would have been a good opportunity for a giant nut kick of some kind, but that didn't happen either. So my favorite part was the finish where Rick goes to choke slammer, and then instead he just lightly sets her down and holds her down for the pin. It was a very logical conclusion at the very least.
Yeah, until they wrestle again and he fucking drills her into the ground and suddenly doesn't have a job anymore. But
that reminds me of Big Show when he was in WCW, especially in his earlier years there. And they would do the security guard run-ins before they had local talent do that role. So he'd actually pick up a real security guard, get him up. It's like, uh-oh.
That's not a wrestler. Let me put the baby to bed. Of course, the crew runs in. It's total bedlam. There's a Psycho Realm in there somewhere, and Sexy might be fighting with Rick or might not be, and the whole thing ends in a giant clusterfuck of nobody cares.
Yeah, I like one. I like one of the crew, and I wasn't even happy to see him because I just didn't want to see any of this.
Oh, B-Boy got a good shout out on Keeping It 100 this week as well for helping train Dominic.
Oh, good.
Nice.
I'll get to that too, because I do want to talk about Dominic at some point, but I don't want to invest time in it right this second. Anyway, so we get another package, and this is the backstory of Alberto Dos Queros Jr., El Patron Del Rio.
It was a good package. It was not the most accurate package, but it was good.
Why was that? Was it just because they didn't have the footage? It felt to me like the package foolishly wanted to push the WWE part of it, which is also the part of it that they can't push when they have access to the part of it that they should push, which is the fact that he's fucking Dos Queros Jr.
Yeah.
See, it's the problem is they have to do it that way because they wanted him to look like he was fucked over and they were the only people that knew what to do with him. Even though he's already a champion in another promotion and that's the whole build behind this feud.
Right.
But it seems like every wrestling group likes to do this. It's an ego stroke wank fest for a promotion to be able to like, we're the ones that use this motherfucker, right? AEW did it with Mox. They're doing it with fucking...
Yeah, and see, I think it totally backfires in this package in the fact that the Lucha Underground fans, which I don't think they realized at the time, were hyped on the credibility coming out of AAA. I don't think that they realized that they had their own credibility because they're feeding this promotion. Like that this promotion doesn't exist without them, that they are the step above. They lowered their own status with this fucking promo and made it look like if the guy hadn't come from WWE through AAA to Lucha Underground, that he wouldn't even matter. No, just tell us you're giving us the AAA mega champion. That is what they should have been pushing here.
The AAA mega champion who's part of one of the most famous families in professional wrestling history.
Yeah, like fuck WWE altogether. What they should have done is they should have Benoit WWE right out of the fucking story and made him look stupid. Like, yeah, his time there didn't even matter. Now he's the shit because he's here and he's the AAA mega champion. That would have been more effective. It's not like anybody watching doesn't know.
It's like then they can't have Johnny Mundo do a bunch of jokes about slapping people and catering later. So,
okay,
you know.
Well,
this promo did remind me of one thing though, and kind of upset me a bit. We saw Perro Aguayo.
That's true.
And it reminded me that I was meant to ask Eric, and I might ask DJ or whatever when we get him back or Eric back, was because Perro was supposed to come up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought to myself, Was he the guy who was originally, Mexico's coming for you, Chavo?
I don't think they had a specific plan for it at that time. Yeah. I really don't. It was really because it was such an open thing for Dorian, and a big part of the problem was Dorian was sitting there and his booking down in AAA wasn't solid enough to know what guys they could really take away and bring up. Because he still had to make money down there, and I don't think Perro would have had a long run. I think he would have been. I think we saw it American later. TV. I think they would have fallen in love with him. Yeah, but you wouldn't have gotten more out of him, I don't think, than we did from Dr. Wagner. I think it would have been one of those kind of runs where he comes up a couple weekends, they give it a nice push, and it's a special attraction thing. I think they were even more willing with Tejano because Tejano wasn't key to their business down there. They were still just trying to push Tejano, and they were doing more for Tejano than he was doing for them. But
honestly, though, I feel like Perro, I feel like Tejano, I feel like Dr. Wagner Jr., all these guys that should have got a better deal than they didn't because they weren't the characters created for the show.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, which is funny because Penta and Phoenix too, but Penta and Phoenix grew past it. You know what I mean?
But it's funny considering the fact that they could make that argument if it was about IP, which for selling things like T-shirts and stuff. But They didn't. So,
but that's also not what it. That's also not what it was. It was also the fact that DJ and the writers and MGM trusted more in the characters that had been created for the show because they knew that there was nothing else to do with them. That they had the power to make those characters. And why are they going to invest in something that is willy-nilly up to the whims of Dorian Roldan? That would be stupid. And when they did start counting on some of those people later, they actually got fucked over a few times. They were going to try to do more with Wagner, but they only got Wagner a few times. So what all do you do with them? And then they had to twist Dorian's arm to get him back to do more. It became an issue. So and the way that they were doing bookings and pulling up last minute shows and changing around dates and stuff and schedules in Mexico and was fucking things over for the tapings, like that's not the way you can do business with a TV show. It is if it's a wrestling TV show that's on every week. Yeah, you can zig and zag. A guy could be not there for a week and it's not a problem. But when you're trying to tape and write stuff ahead of time and do these elongated storylines, that shit's just a hot mess. But yes, Perro was still alive at this time. And you get a little flash, a little glimpse of that. Right? Perro was still alive here.
Yeah. He died right before the tapings where you guys started coming.
Yeah, I was supposed to actually come that weekend and then I didn't fly the tapes home from the show I was working on, so I didn't get to go that weekend.
Yeah, because I was there for the memorial thing. Byron, were you there too?
God.
I was there with you,
Yeah.
I flew into LA
I
that
can't
day.
even believe.
In fact, I think I caught up with Byron later that day.
It was pretty
or the
bad,
next day
dude.
or something.
I can't. I do it to myself. I watch it, but around the time because it comes up on my news feed. But yeah, watching that, I fall to pieces. I'll be honest with you. I literally just turned to a mess.
It was worse.
I can't imagine what it was been like live.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a painful time for a lot of people, and a lot of people were hoping to see Perro in Lucha Underground. Rey Mysterio was also slated to come to Lucha Underground right around then too, and it derailed a lot of that as well.
Right.
Because his contract was already done with Lucha Underground at the time, so he was already being paid to do stuff that did not happen, and nobody sweated it either because of the situation. Like nobody was pushing that issue.
Yeah. So Ray went from coming in mid-season 1, probably for the season 1 finale, to not coming in until season 3.
So right before the Austin, Texas thing,
they ended 2. They ended 2 with a question mark, right?
Yeah. Anyway, so let's talk the Tejano, El Tejano Jr. versus Triple A Mega Champion Alberto El Patron.
Yeah.
They gave this shit time, dude. This is like half the episode.
And not bad, though I will say this. I thought that Alberto looked good and was actually trying to prove a little bit of a point, but Tejano, I felt like, was very much taking it easy. This is not the Tejano, if you've seen him wrestle, that you normally get. He's usually a lot stiffer, a lot more crisp. It was still a great match, but clearly he was paying deference to the bigger name in the match.
Yeah, he looked like he was taking care of him a little too much.
Too much.
I mean, hey, the guy's gonna whip you with a bull rope a bunch of times and try to hit the mat instead of you. So you got
most of them too. He missed his head on most of them.
Yeah, most of them. 8 out of 10. Yeah.
I know. My impression of this whole thing when it first came out was Tejano was just a guy. He might have been, one of the kind of top guys at AAA. I didn't know, but he was the guy who was being brought out to be fed to Del Rio or Patron at first. Establish him, and from what you're saying, I mean he's coming out there, putting him over, and looking slower and weaker as well.
And plus, you figure automatically it's leading to a bull rope match.
Yeah.
And this isn't the bull rope match,
But it felt like a AAA main event. It looked like what you expect from a big wrestling promotion. Not necessarily what we've come to expect from Lucha Underground, but this was exactly how you expect an episode of Raw or a AAA main event to end. It was good wrestling. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was very much American TV style wrestling that they did.
I thought it felt a little more low key than AAA because they didn't brawl all around the building.
True.
And they didn't
and there
have
6
50 run-ins. Yeah, there were 0 run-ins. So.
Yeah, there were 50 run-ins. Yeah, what got me?
Vampiro didn't ask for his music to be played.
At first, it got me that there was a DQ,
Right.
this match, but then it clicked. It made sense. Like Alberto El Patron wasn't asking to have a match. He was asking to get in the ring and beat this guy up because he's mad at him.
And it worked. And the crowd helped put it over too, because the crowd kept going. The crowd got hotter after, like, seconds after the DQ. Like the believers once again completely saved what could have been a bad idea.
Yeah, so I thought it was good. I thought it worked.
Again, didn't make for a stellar Lucha Underground, but I wasn't mad at it at the time. I'm not mad at it now. It had its weaknesses and soft spots, but it was good. I'll take it.
Patron did his double stomp in the corner that a lot of luchadors do as finishes, and he was using as a finish for a while. And he used it in a match organically where it looks good, where like a guy goes for a move and gets countered and he's stuck hanging in a tree of woe, and Patron is just there, so he jumps and double stomps him, and it looks vicious. But when he uses it as a finish, I hated it, and it bothers me so much because it's just one of those moves.
He set up and then climbs up.
Yeah, it's just one of those moves where the other guy has to get in position for you. Like, I don't know. I don't want to make fun of Son of Havoc again, but
yes, you do.
It doesn't work as a finish, but when you could work it organically into the sequence of moves in a match, that looks really, really cool. So that was cool in this match.
So let's get to Meef's favorite part of the show, the vignette number 3.
This is the legendary picture, though, isn't it?
El Cazador.
Go ahead. I'll let you explain it, Meef.
Oh no, it's like this is the legendary picture. If you type King Cuerno into the internet, this is the picture you get with the cowboy hat and then the tip.
The tip of the hat, because it's hard profile the whole time. Your boy's
interesting. It's interesting. It's not him winning a goddamn match now, is it?
Nope.
But the thing is what's really funny about this is like I didn't realize how good his English was in this bit. Because his English in this bit was like...
I mean, look, he had one line. I'm sure, with one line that he wasn't trying to come up with off the top of his head. Like, I remember talking to him or hearing him talk a few times, probably not season 1, but somewhere earlier on. And his English was not very good. especially when he's around other Latinos and Mexicans a lot all day. And then he tries to switch over to English. It wasn't very good, but now he's fucking killing it. So I always wondered, like, oh, should we even try to get him on the show? I don't know how well he'd do. Like, it's the same with Ricky Banderas. Like, he speaks English, but it's weird because there's times when I'm like, oh yeah, he can speak English great, and then there's other times when I'm like, oh no,
it's that difference between speaking and conversation.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And being able to get all your thoughts out in 2 languages is tricky. Yeah. Like, I think they can both, at this time, could both effectively communicate in English what they needed to, but you're not going to get deep thoughts and whatnot out of them in English because that's difficult to process.
Man, you know what's disappointing is, like, Ricky Banderas was in Wing for a little bit, or it might have been IWA. So I'm like, this is a perfect fit. But he didn't do anything. He was barely there. Dude, he would have been so great. Oh, man, it sucks. Instead, we got more of the walking carpet, Miguelito Perez.
Of course. Anyway, so, yeah, Cuerno gets Mundo in a cage.
Setting up the cage match.
Setting up their cage
match.
Oh,
and Meef, I wasn't the cage match. I totally fucked that up.
Interesting.
I was not, because I'm still about 2 or 3 weeks away from making my Temple debut, baby.
All right, let's take another quick break. I want to come back with some shout outs. I want to talk to PWI500. We've got another Wall of Shame and Fame coming up. And I do want to get to that new guy, that Dominic Mysterio guy. So we'll be right back.
Lucha-masks.com, in partnership with Mask Republic, give you personal protective masks to keep you Lucha strong in the fight versus COVID-19. With world-class luchadors Blue Demon Jr., the Lucha Brothers, LA Park, Ultimo Dragon, Cain Velasquez, Conan, and so much more. Head to lucha-masks.com and you too can become a masked warrior. Lucha-masks.com, powered by Pro Wrestling Revolution.
Wow, lucha-masks.com has some pretty cool stuff now. There's still Taurus masks. Get one of those.
It's
What do
the
you
same
got?
commercial. It's the same commercial every week, but online they have the new stuff.
Yeah, I'm
They
not
have-
even talking about the commercial. I'm talking about like just go to the website. Like there's dope shit up there right now.
Oh, they've got the new stuff coming out.
They have. They have.
They
have
got
the-
Rush, haven't they?
They have
Yeah.
the Lucha blog mask now.
Oh yeah. Because those of you,
What's that guy? The guy with the numbers?
Mathematico.
Mathematical.
It's Cubs fan.
Yeah, that's awesome. I should get one of those. I kind of dig it.
Dude, I remember at one of the tapings, there was a guy with a Mathematico mask, and I told everyone he was Cubs fan, and they believed me. It's tremendous. And then Cubs fan really came, and no one knew who the fuck he was because I wouldn't tell them.
That was great. We got to meet him.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I feel privileged.
I went to a Halloween event, and Pentagon and Phoenix were here, and this girl had come in a Hermano Muerte Jr., who Byron's actually ordered some stuff off of, mask, which is an amazing skeleton mask. If you type skeleton Lucha mask, you'll always come up with that one.
What did I do?
HNO Muerte Jr.
When Cubs fan came to Lucha Underground and we introduced him to Van Wagenen, did Van Wagenen even know who it was? He had no clue, did he?
No.
That's hilarious. He probably still doesn't know.
You mean
he's
this
asked
mask,
about him all the
man?
time.
But in reverse, the white and
now. He definitely has. I remember hearing him say, and I forget the context completely, but I heard him say Cubs fan.
No.
Okay.
What's funny though is
Were we
we didn't introduce him as Cubs fan, and I didn't tell him that it was. I didn't introduce him by any name. I said, "This is my friend from Chicago." That's all I said.
That's it. Amazing. Protect the gimmick, man. Protect the gimmick. All right, so I want to get to some shout outs real quick. Maria Sanchez, Shield Girl 125. Thank you so much for the shout out. You get the this week's top prize for shout outs. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening.
We should get a real prize, like some stickers or something.
Not Byron naked. Not that.
How do you mail stuff anymore these days? I don't even know if the post office still exists. I don't even know how to.
That's a good point. Maybe we can send a JPG of a sticker that they can make their own sticker out of.
And clearly, since this is still an unsponsored episode, I'd like to think that it's just because the U.S. Postal Service no longer works. Other than that, we'd have to be really, really heated at somebody right now that we're still not sponsored.
Yeah.
Well, you can blame Donald Trump for like closing down your fucking
I'm so heated. You motherfuckers. Where's our sponsorship?
That's the color of Casey's balls right now because he had to use a fucking normal razor.
I am being assured that it is still happening, but I would like to say that the growth that I have experienced in this amount of time of waiting for it to happen is getting a little gnarly. It's getting a little dreadlocky.
Yeah,
We're probably
Predlocks in.
Yeah,
gonna quit the show again by the time the sponsor shows up.
Yeah, really. Also, I want to give a shout out to
actually the color my balls are waiting for it.
Wow,
that's what I was going to say.
I also want to give a shout out to longtime listener, friend of the show, Rebecca Locke. Thank you so much for always listening.
Yes.
Zeus and the Markout Mania guys. Texas Spaniard.
Yeah.
What?
James Sarno. Let's not forget James. We got.
Yeah. Well, Byron was cutting me off. I couldn't even get to James.
The other night, I was doing in case you missed the post, and then what I do is I Twitter search in case you missed it, MMMshow 75, and I just copy and paste something we already did, and I found an old episode.
Way to be creative. Go ahead.
and I watched it. I started watching it. I'm like, oh, this is funny. We used to be like a good show.
Hey, look, it's a cat's butthole.
And we had when we did it live, right? And like one of the first things that happened was someone talked shit about Mr. Krabs, and I wanted to ask where he's been. Now that we're recording, I need to know. We need a all hands on deck thing. Where's Mr. Krabs?
He only comes to live MMM shows. He refuses to watch this tape bullshit.
Nah, he uses the name Cold Icon now. Next topic.
Wow. I want to. Okay, let's get into this.
That's stupid.
Let's get into this because it's time for the Wall of Shame.
Yeah, Wall of Shame. What are we gonna do? Our next two segments we have to record.
Wait. So, Byron, Wall of Shame.
Wall of Shame.
Are you adding your boy Mutter or not?
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start first with the thing that actually matters. And start with Impact, because Impact is successful despite all this shit that's going on. They are a successful, globally broadcasted wrestling company. They've been around longer than WCW. Whatever. Good things about them, I'm sure, can be said. And they still can't get their wrestlers verified on Twitter. I was watching, I'd see Chris Bay tweet like every other day, "Hey, at Twitter, can I get verified?"
Byron, when you mentioned this,
Then he won the X Division belt. He is a champion, which
on a national TV show.
Number 2 guy in the company, then.
But with wrestling, it's not like, oh, this guy he just won a competitive battle and someone else might win it. No, this is a story-based TV show. He is chosen.
He's an actual weekly television star. He's a star on a TV show every single week.
The show chose him to represent them as a marquee personality, and they still wouldn't get him verified on Twitter. And so eventually, I forgot who it was, but someone a wrestler worked Impact taping and got everyone. I think it was one of the major guys.
Kurt Hawkins.
No. Kurt Hawkins.
Brian Myers.
Brian Myers got the Impact roster verified on Twitter.
Well, let me tell you something.
He left a few off.
Let me tell you something, brother. They need him back in WWE because someone's got to get Shotzi a blue check because they didn't fucking do that either.
Yeah, there's a few NXT rosters that are on the developmental contract that do not have their blue checks.
Kind of bullshit.
Shotzi's verified.
Something really funny.
I know Shotzi's verified on Instagram because I recently got a message from an imposter that I reported. But I was like, you have to say,
and that's realistically that's probably all Shotzi cares about.
Yeah.
She probably doesn't care much.
But it's just Impact.
We could all get them.
They can't.
We could all get them.
We can get them.
We can get
us verified.
Justin, there's people who have 130 followers, but because they turn around and say they're journalists, and they can be a journalist at a newspaper they've created, you get a fucking blue tick.
Well, I am a journalist, and I created an entire website, a magazine, and I work for the fucking NFL. I can't get
and we're one of the
if you ask.
We're one of the top podcasts on the Lucha Libre podcast network.
That's true.
It used to be lower. It used to be
different standards.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I did not get my verified check because I did not have a website of my own.
Let's do it.
Which was I didn't want to even. I know you should be able to get one. You're a director. You've done like a feature film. It's on Tubi. I watched it yesterday.
For those of you wondering, Justin does have a site of his own now. It is lemonparty.org.
Wow. That's not really how that works.
Meefspin.com.
But that was actually wholesome. You're just spinning in circles.
I mean, I even have motion picture acting credits and I can't get a blue check.
I was on TV. I was on the Discovery show that still airs.
You didn't get your eyes burnt out in a movie though.
That is
correct. My crew of this show got to see that today.
Yes,
thanks to Tubi.
Tubi's the shit.
It's going to be a fun week at work, and everyone has no respect for the guy with the burning eyes.
I think it boils down to you got to know someone, you got to work for a company that's connected and know someone, and
you're saying Impact is not that company.
I'm saying Impact. Apparently, I'm not passing judgment. I'm saying this is where they have placed themselves as a company that's a globally successful company that has no swing it.
All right, let me give you the rest of the list and let's see if Byron has another addition or not. David Lagana still on there. Though at this point I'm almost thinking about taking him off because him leaving is what has led to Thunder Rosa getting a chance at AEW. So
nah, he still stays on.
Okay, he stays on. Tessa Blanchard for phoning it in, not unlike Billy Corrigan. Brit Wrestling, Predos, and Pervs. UFC, the UFC 4 game. Jeffrey Briggs and JT Wilcoxon, the guys that said that they were going to file a trademark and restart Lucha Underground Wrestling. Patrick Clark, a.k.a. the Velveteen Dream, firmly on the list. Ricochet is on there too. I have not put Austin Theory on there yet. We'll get to the new ones. If you want to put him on, if you want to nominate him, Retribution is on the list right now for
just bit shit.
Just for the angle and where it's going. Unless Cross shows up as the leader, Retribution stays on the list. I think that's what we're gonna say.
I really hope that doesn't happen. I cursed it into reality by saying it, and I'm sorry.
It's gonna be Vince.
That's their only chance to get off the list is Cross as the leader. All right, Byron, Meef, you sound like you guys have people you want to add. Why do you want to add Austin Theory?
Well, there's a
well, what? There's a few, Go ahead and explain it.
It's all
not everybody reads
language.
Twitter. Not everybody reads Twitter, so not everybody knows. Why do you want to put Austin Theory on?
Someone posted a meme of Bronson Reed slapping him and just putting slapping your nearest paedophile. So there we go.
There were he's just another one of the guys who there have been offhand reports of
14, 15-year-old
young.
Can we just call it Jerry Lawler shit? Can we?
So I mean,
Drake.
In my opinion, I don't know how much we need to put Austin Theory on our wall of shame when it seems that he's already fallen, on a wall of shame in his life. He got demoted from a great story, great stable is he lumped in with the Brit Rest pedos anyway? Because we already have them on the list. No, I don't think he's a Brit Rest, but I think he's basically just kind of getting shot on for now. So, he got demoted all the way back down to NXT and just gets slapped in the face like a bitch.
Remember when he got to be on WrestleMania instead of Phantasma, you guys?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That was not that very long ago. All right, Byron, tell us how the Cross win got spoiled for you.
Okay, story? So
I got to tell you guys, Byron was hot. I'm going to let you tell your story, but oh my God, I haven't seen Byron this mad since bell bottoms went out of style. I mean, he was mad. This was as mad as like when he thought that hockey wasn't going to happen this year. Byron was hot.
Yeah. No, hockey's back. It's fun. Although right now they're taking a couple days off because they saw everyone else was. That's a whole nother thing. But I was watching. I was going to watch delayed either the next day or later that night, Saturday, NXT, and turns out plans fell through. So I was watching it just a little bit delayed, and I was in the middle of the Adam Cole match, which was good. It was actually really good, and it was a lot of fun. Halfway through, I get a text from Mutter saying, "Your boy did it. Congrats!" And I thought that was extremely racist of him. And I will not accept that. So I called him a dumb cunt and I blocked him. And then I posted that everyone else should block him.
No, and I have seen before I hit the block button as well out of solidarity for my brother Byron. I saw him say he deserved to be blocked. So he knows what he did. He knows.
Wow.
This
is heat.
It's just I remember one time Urban got tagged in a tweet that spoiled a Lucha Underground or spoiled a match result, and he got mad and he was trying to murder people. I felt the same rage. This was a big deal, and I didn't know. I thought if I had to guess, I would guess that Keith Lee was going to retain because I thought he would need more of a run and blah, 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 stuff we had talked about. But I was purposefully not trying to overthink or predict or get into the behind the scenes of the match. I just wanted to watch it and enjoy it as a fan of the sport and as someone who is rooting for both participants. I just wanted to go in and enjoy it. And then I muted our DM, and then Mutter immediately, as soon as the 3 hit, ruins it for me.
So why did you open the DM?
No,
it just pops up, dude. You still see.
Oh, you have your notifications for Twitter turned on. See, here's what I do.
I turned them off afterwards.
Here's what I do. If there's a live event that I can't watch live, which happens all the time with UFC, especially because I got like 600 followers that are purely UFC fans, and they're posting about UFC shit all the time. So what I do is I turn off all my notifications for Twitter for 8 hours when I'm not watching an event live. This is where you fucked up, Byron. So, but my question is this: what's the rule? What's the moratorium on spoilers? Like, if you're not watching live, what amount of time is appropriate before Byron goes complete fire sale on your ass on the internet?
3 seconds after the 3 count, definitely in the moratorium. On
a page that I'm on.
I mean,
obviously, it happens it would finish at, say, let's just say 4 a.m. here. We don't talk about it until 8 p.m. that night.
I hate that AEW spoils everything 3 hours before it shows up on the West Coast.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people have the East Coast feed, with their cable provider.
But I think, honestly, that that's a fair window. At least the 3 hours between, what the time delay could be. Now, given on pay-per-views, there isn't a time delay, but I still feel like 3 hours is the appropriate amount of time before you can spoiler somebody personally. Now, look, if you're live tweeting something, it is what it is. But if you're tweeting at somebody or DMing somebody or trying to talk directly to them or texting them within the 3 hours, it is wrong. Like, I'm not mad at Mutter necessarily, because look, it was our boy. Let's be honest. It was Cross. Most people are going to assume that we're watching our boy in his first title match live. I joined in late, but I started it live instead of going back to the beginning, even though I kind of wanted to go back to the beginning because I wanted to see the ladder match, which I still have not watched, by the way.
Ladder match is good.
But yeah, it's like I can see why he did it. Like, I'm not as heated at him as you are. I'm also more used to getting shit spoiled for me, especially because of UFC. But at the same time, under 3 hours, that's pretty wrong.
I feel like I like
any time after the length of the event. So technically, the event could end. You could watch it in full and still, So if the event's 3 hours, 3 hours after is fine.
I mean, I think I like the rule on Reddit where you don't do spoilers for 24 hours, because you're dealing with a bunch of people and you don't know, and 24 hours is just one day. I think if it's with someone that you talk about it if you're both live, or if maybe they're not going to be live and you know it and you know when they will watch it, or if it's in this case, just ask. If finished, he should be like, "Hey, you watching?" Because another detail, I wasn't live tweeting, and I'll especially on a show like this, I'll tweet during the show.
Yeah, that is true. Like, I'll DM somebody if I know that they're watching or they're posting stuff. Like, me and J-Man will hit each other about UFC sometimes, but I won't do that unless I know he's watching and tweeting live already.
Yeah.
And even then, it still leave a little bit of delay because usually one of the two of us is not watching 100% live.
I don't talk wrestling with people unless I'm getting paid to podcast. Like, the Lucha Central Podcast Network is putting money in my pocket right now to be on this show. I don't talk wrestling with people for free. But if I did, I would say, "Hey, man, you see this yet? Are you watching this? Hey, man. Hey, Byron, my friend since high school. Let me spoil this for you." I would never do that. That's why I blocked out of solidarity over there for my brother Byron.
Yeah. So while we're here, everyone should block Cult Icon on Twitter.
Justin's frozen at the perfect time.
Oh, this is great. He loves it. So just ask, "Hey, you watching this?" Because here's another thing. That Saturday, there were 2 shows that were big shows going on at the same time. On top of that, other stuff is going on other places. I forget where. There's a lot
of UFC, I believe. Yeah,
and the UFC. It's just like, you know what? We watch stuff on delay nowadays. That's just how it is.
All right. Well, so for now, Cult Icon, you are on the wall of shame. Are you going to ever let him off, Byron?
No, I'm not going to think about it.
No, and if Kevin asks us to take him off, he goes on the list too.
I told Kevin,
he does work over at Lucha Central. He works at the parent site, man.
Yeah,
this could be starting some heat.
He's going to say, "Don't listen to this show."
I gave Kevin.
Once you're a jet, baby. Once you're a jet. Let's go out and sing songs and gang fight. What? Oh,
there's one way to solve this.
I just told Kevin.
We get Eric on. We get Eric on. Byron can go into the little chat room or whatever. we can as well, and we give Eric an hour to tell us what he would have done with season 5 of Lucha Underground, I think putting that in the public domain.
Wait, are you trying to punish us or him?
No. Because he will put that in the public thing, and he'll have no followers by the end of the hour.
We won't have a show by the end of the hour.
Yeah, we need people to listen to the show. I'll give
look.
If I ever brought him on, I'd give him 5 minutes to explain himself and to throw money into the ring at us.
Honestly, doing this show pays my rent and buys my groceries, so I do not want to lose this show, Meef.
Okay.
All right. Wall of Fame, Tony Khan, Karrion Kross, Roman Reigns, Robert Stonebrand, kinda.
Oh, you didn't let me put myself on the Wall of Fame last week like I was going to.
So I have something to say about Kross and the NXT promo.
Okay.
We
did a whole segment on Kross at the beginning of the show where we talked about
he wants to put it on the Wall of Fame.
I want to put it on the Wall of Fame, and I didn't get to talk in that segment, so I want to bring it up on the Wall of Fame.
Okay.
Wait, Kross is already on the Wall of Fame.
I want to put that segment on the Wall of Fame.
We're putting an asterisk on it.
You can't tell me I can't do this because there are no rules in the first place.
Oh, I get that there's no rules, but it's like, don't we suck the guy's dick enough? You want to put him on the Wall of Fame twice?
He's the first ever 2-time Wall of Fame.
All right.
I'm putting this segment on the Wall of Fame as a way to show how smart I am.
It's like how they made Ric Flair a 2-time Hall of Famer with the Horseman and himself. Yeah?
Yeah, it's like that.
All right, so explain yourself. Explain yourself, Lucy.
For how much alimony he owes to the number of different women. Vince, I need another 5-year run. I got divorced again.
Vince, I got to sell another fucking ring. Give me another one. Put Evolution in, please.
These guys, hey man, I sold this.
Evolution's coming.
I sold this belt to High Spots, but you can have it. They don't know
Hey, Impact, I need you to put Fortune 4 in the fucking Impact Hall of Fame, please.
Was he made of Mafia?
Anyway, I want to put this segment in the Hall of Fame, whatever it is, because I thought this was all the smaller stuff going on of he had to give up the belt, blah blah blah. But I thought that him and Scarlett showed that they can do a very compelling, a very unique, and a very WWE non-wrestling segment. They can carry that. It's going to look cool. And also, he could speak for himself in a unique way. Like, you could tell, even if they wrote his speech down, he worked with them, and he said stuff like, in life there are obstacles, but in my journey, or for me, the obstacles are the journey. Like, you're not going to see that with anyone else. And I thought, like, when I saw this segment, aside from, oh no, he gave up the belt, blah, blah, blah. I saw this and I go, this is a main eventer. This is a top guy on Raw.
I want to put someone on the Wall of Fame as well. I want to put Masked Republic and Legends of Lucha Libre on the Hall of Fame for scoring that sweet Hot Topic deal.
Oh, yeah.
And so right now, you can go to HotTopic.com and you can get Legends of Lucha Libre.
Sarah Miedo?
It'll be fixed probably by the time this episode.
I was going to say, can I put him right on the Wall of shame too for misspelling Miedo?
Hey, that misspelled Miedo shirt is the number 4 seller for Legends of Lucha Libre.
And dude, I'm here to tell you, if you get one, don't be mad because those are officially collector's items because they're not be fixed.
Oh no!
They fixed it before they went out.
Yeah, they're not shirts yet. Yeah,
yeah. So lucky.
They're all going to be fixed, but
we got to get Kevin to send us some of the fucked up ones so we can have some like collector's items.
Oh, like the Sin Cara penis shirt.
Yes.
That actually went to some people.
Was there an RVD shirt where RVD, a 3-letter name, was spelled wrong?
There was a
UFC did that once too.
Edge. There was an Edge shirt that said "lewd, crude, and tattooed," and they spelled "lewd" wrong. They spelled it LOOD. But I think they fixed it before it actually went out. But yeah, dude, there's some designs you can't get anywhere else. Also, there is a really cool Psychosis shirt that they put up.
Oh yeah.
You should buy his merch. He needs new knees.
Yes.
Wall of Shame is the guy who decided to try and sell a load of mugs with the artwork of some guys, and the one that they've done now for Phoenix that's coming out soon. And this guy literally took it from one of the books that they did with the guy from, I think, Rockets in Red. And basically, the guy lifted it all, posted it in one of the lucha groups on Facebook, selling these mugs with all the artwork on.
And it's like, motherfucker, people that
the
did
first thing
art-
I did when I saw it was I saw it in the first second, and I sent it straight to Kev.
Hey, you know what I sent?
Give me that guy's name. I'll put him on the Wall of Shame for sure.
You know what I sent to Kev, and I'm going to put myself right on the Hall of Fame for this like I wanted to last week. I sent him the link to pre-order the Storm Shadow action figure.
Yes, you did.
He got in, and he pre-ordered it too, and we're both going to have it by the time this show airs. So you're welcome, Kevin. I'm putting myself on the Hall of Fame for that. Storm Shadow, G.I. Joe.
I want to put Beyond Gorilla on the Wall of Fame for the Suzuki red shirt that you should go and pre-order right now.
Yeah, it's okay. I've worn my Suzuki shirt on the show before. If it's the white version of it, but
this one's covered in blood, so
yes,
you need it.
Quite possibly that punk bitch Shingo Takagi's blood.
All right, we got to take another quick break, but I want to come back and talk about.
We're not putting Jesus on the Hall of Fame. Everybody else is on it.
No, not this week.
Have you seen his bookshelves?
We're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back and talk about this PWI500.
If you're listening to this and you haven't visited LuchaCentral.com, it's time to do it. LuchaCentral.com is the online home for Lucha Libre, where you can get all of the top news in English and in Spanish. Find the best curated video content and original content not seen anywhere else. Find when Lucha Libre events would be happening in your area. Find photo galleries from top photographers covering Lucha Libre around the world. From weekly polls to annual awards. Seen and read by top executives in all of the major Lucha Libre promotions across the globe. And on top of that, it's free. LuchaCentral.com, your centralized place for all things Lucha Libre.
John fucking Moxley, Jesus, Adam, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And we're back. As you can tell, Casey has just looked at the PWI500 list. How do you feel right now, Casey?
Okay, you know what? I think it was last year that was actually pretty decent.
Last year wasn't terrible.
Was last year when Omega won?
I just got to 314 where Jack Evans is residing, and Angelico below him at 316.
Okay. First of all, now let's do this list. Number 1, John Moxley. Fuck you. Adam Cole. Fat piece of shit. Chris Jericho. Yeah, go support Trump, motherfucker. Drew McIntyre. More like Pooh McIntyre. Tetsuya Naito. Fuck off. Okada.
Naito, come on. What? Okada?
But number 5.
Okay.
Should be number like 1 or 2.
Yeah. Okay. So seriously, Naito should be number 3. Okada should be 499. Just lost to both fucking Yoshihashi and Toru Yano. Let's see. Cody Rhodes. No. Seth Rollins. Double no. Kofi Kingston. Put him up higher, motherfuckers. AJ Styles. I'm sick of seeing his figure at Target. Keith Lee lost across. Brock Lesnar. Come on now. Kenny Omega, number 13, should be lower. Had a shit year since he left New Japan.
Yeah, but he is the AAA Mega Champion.
That's right.
Sonny Kiss jumped 200 places.
I love. Yeah, that's great.
I gotta say,
like 2 matches. Sonny Kiss had 2 matches on TV during the.
Keep going, Byron.
First luchador on the list is Rush at number 18 because it's the only luchador that the PWI writers know exists.
But here's the thing. I want to.
By the way.
Oh no! Wait for it, Casey.
My favorite Rush story is when Daniel Bryan said he wanted to fight a couple people and listed Rush as one of his all-time guys, and Leo Rush was like, "Oh, thanks, man. That's cool."
I do want to talk about Rush for a second.
Kaito Kiyomiya above fucking Tanahashi.
Don't keep going yet. I want to talk about Rush for a second because I do believe I do believe that Rush deserves a certain amount of credit, but I do also think that he is the highest luchador on this list simply because of Ring of Honor, which
but then they got Bandita. Bandita's way better.
Well, and I get that, but at the same time, have you seen Rush's stuff in Ring of Honor, it's not his best stuff. Like CMLL was better, and then he goes over to AAA, and they're doing the faction of Ingonables or whatever it is with Killer Cross, who clearly is no longer in the group. Conan, his dad, like
I think
his
Bestia
brothers
Del
are
Ring is actually higher in this list, but I think Bestia Del Ring's probably in the top 100.
I gotta say that Roosh, first of all, named after one of my least favorite bands of all time.
Canadian.
Yeah, but Neil, come on, the drummer's amazing. Neil Peart.
It's okay. There's better drummers out there.
Oh,
Matt Sorum, better drummer. Let's see. Bandito is number 34 on this list.
I would say Herb Alexander's better, also from Primus.
Casey. What we'll do is, if you go and try and find Phantasma, we'll continue talking because it's a long way down.
Listen. Here's the thing. Like I like that Rush is really high on this list. The lineage is there. His match record is great. But at the same time, like the whole last 6 or 7 months, he's been in a AAA holding pattern while other people have been out there killing it. Like I just don't see how you can jump him ahead of even Phoenix right now.
Okay,
and even though I haven't been
52.
that thrilled with how he's been getting used, he's actually been getting used.
How the
How
fuck
is
not getting
How the
used?
fuck is Cara Noir from British Wrestling, who I had to look up to see who the fuck he was, above
Swan Lake gimmick. Yep.
one above Matt Jackson, who is one above Pentagon Jr. But you know what? Pentagon's at least above Nick Jackson. Suck it, Nick.
Well, and at least Phoenix is above Pentagon this year because he definitely deserves to be.
Kylie Ray's at number 78. When they said that they have a separate list for women, and that will never happen. Karrion Kross, 96. Eat shit. John Morrison, number 100. Okay, really.
Hey, but look, Nick Gage made 67. I was kind of proud of that one. I like that one.
Luchasaurus is 105.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
That's weird. He's a tag wrestler.
This is the thing. Wait until when you start getting up into this high over the 150 mark, you start seeing some real dog shit.
It was really
way
cool.
above some really good wrestlers.
It's
Evil
really
was
cool.
number 131. Sorry, Byron.
It's
Look,
really
Davey
cool
Boy
to see-
Smith Jr. and Velveteen Dream come in next to each other at 89 and 90. That's also above Carrion, by the way.
That's weird.
153. Minoru Suzuki.
I could see Dream being up there because he's featured on TV prominently. It's doing.
I don't. No. You check his injuries. When he's injured for like the whole back.
Yeah,
end of
like
last year.
He's still.
I don't know, man.
No. So the thing with this thing criteria for this list is basically from like this time last year, obviously, or whenever, and it was stopped at COVID. So anything that's gone on during COVID has kind of been ignored.
No, officially the list goes from last June to this July.
Which means
because they were saying they were stopping the whole of the stuff that happened during COVID.
So Evil hasn't been champion at this point, which is why he's so low. But Drago, 188.
Yeah,
Marco Stunt.
I don't know why Davey Boy Smith Jr. is that high on the list. I don't know what he's done meaningful in the business besides 3 years ago.
Agreed. I do love Sonny Kiss coming in at 164. That is amazing for him. Above Jake Hagar. I love that. And that's great. Above the Usos.
Chris Bay's 202, way too low. Even if you don't count Impact, he should be higher than that.
I don't know. I feel like at
new.
this stage of his career and the amount of people that know him and the exposure he's gotten to, it's actually a pretty good showing.
But you got to look.
He's above Dexter Loomis, who's gotten like 10 times more exposure on a WWE show. That's great.
You got to look at like Danhausen's at 158, and Warhorse is a little higher than that. So you got to figure he should be around them.
Those guys are those guys are much bigger indie stars than I think Chris Bay is. I think Chris Bay didn't get around or get as established outside of
Vegas,
his home promotion.
And I mean, look, Chris Bay is above Homicide and Eddie Kingston and Chuck Taylor and a bunch of the AEW guys that are.
I didn't even know Homicide was still wrestling.
Well,
he is.
Okay, so Trent and Chuck Taylor, 222 and 223. Okay,
like,
so
look, Chris Bay's above Matt Hardy. That's good. Chris Bay and Sonny Kiss being above Matt Hardy, that says something. That's awesome.
You know how much higher that fucking Marco Stunt is than the Best Friends? Come on.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, but he's featured higher on the card. I think that. I mean, I'm not saying I think he's a better act than him at all.
I do got to say that this Vincent that's at 237 is not Virgil, so don't get too excited.
Okay, well, let me ask you about this one. Mystico is at 274.
Yeah, but which Mystico are we talking about is the question.
That will be the current Mystico.
The current Mystico, which is
original Sin Cara.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah.
I
Brother
think
of Highness.
He needs to put the work in, I think, to bring himself back up. But
where's Torres on this list? I'm seeing El Hijo del Vikingo. I'm seeing Gran Guerrero. Where the fuck is Torres? Is Torres on this list?
Yeah, he's 349.
They have a separate man animal list.
Well, that is higher than Phantasma.
Hey, Chris Hero's at 345. Jesus fucking Christ.
I was happy
WWE.
to see that Darius Carter is on the list.
Look, I'm still scrolling. Tommy Dreamer. I still haven't seen Grand Metalik. I have not seen Phantasma here. Oh, there he is. Santos Escobar. He's after La Bestia del Ring. What? This?
Yeah.
La
Bestia del Ring is 3 times his age.
Yeah, look how high Phantasmo is compared to Phantasma.
They got him mixed up, right?
And El Phantasmo, let's just remember, likes to use autism as an insult.
Wow. Okay, so wait, hold on. Where's Drake Maverick? Is Drake Maverick way above Santos Escobar?
I think he is.
By the way, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's 224. He's way higher. He's right under the Best Friends.
Swerve. Swerve's 191.
Okay.
Sorry, Byron.
Really? Swerve's 191? Like, look, you guys know I love me some Swerve, but I don't think he deserves to be 191 this year.
He hasn't done shit in the past year.
2 years ago, I would have put him in the top 50 or 60. But
absolutely.
See, you got to remember, though, they put, first of all,
Macias is at 394.
These homophobes put the number 1 gay wrestler, Danshoku Dino, at number 493. The guy is a fucking legend.
Where's Jake Atlas? Anybody know where Jake Atlas is?
He's at 169.
Wow, look at Jake. I love that.
They just had to slip that 69 in there, didn't they?
I like how they kept Shane Thorne and Mikey Nichols together.
I do want to remind people that number 270 Zeus is not the Zeus from No Holds Barred. Just remember. He's the Zeus we were talking about with Vinny last week, actually.
Hey, Casey, Dick Togo actually made the list.
Hey, Ricky Banderas is listed as El Macias, which I don't think he's been able to be called for 3 years now.
I have a question. And
I think the name by itself is wrestling in AAA right now.
I have a question that also stems from watching AEW Dynamite this week, which was fun. It was a hot show with the crowd and blah, blah, blah. Super high energy, Young Bucks opening with a tag match. And I was thinking, man, this is a really fun way to start the show this week. It's a big deal. That crowd's super high energy. And then there's QT Marshall in the ring. And I'm like, what? Who decided this was the thing to do? You have the Bucks, you have a live crowd. It's awesome. And then you have QT Marshall.
Speaking of being friends with Cody getting you a job, Peter Avalon, 443, number 444, Zack Ryder.
Okay, hold on. First of all, both of them I think are better than QT Marshall.
Yes.
I think also Avalon in general is a fresher, more deserving act up there. I think I
absolutely love Peter
I'm
Avalon.
so happy with the Avalon on Dark. He's getting regular time in segments. He's losing every match.
Wait, but they put Cardona in as Zack Ryder, and as Zack Ryder in the past year, what has he done?
Who here?
He won the tag titles. Oh no, that was 2 years. Never mind.
Who heard that noise?
I did.
Justin, I think some noise happened from you.
Okay, is it still happening? Sorry.
Yeah. You sound like you're made of bees and farts.
Let's just ignore it and keep going. Maybe that'll fix it.
Yeah. You start QT Marshall, by the way, number 468.
Yeah, I don't get, like, I'm happy with what I don't know. It's like I get bringing some of the characters they've established and putting them in more featured roles because they have more access to them. You know,
I gotta say though, like this list is the lowest some of the people that are like actual WWE people have gotten in years.
See,
yeah,
my common phrase is just do a top 25. Do a top 25 because we can generally say who the top 25 wrestlers are subjectively.
You got to think outside of the box here, Meath. The way that I became the true champion of the wrestling name game is I used to read these when I was a kid. I used to read these when I was a kid, and I memorized these fucking things. And I would know the 500 people, and that's 500 more names than Matt Stryker knows. Because I am the real champion of the wrestling name game. Where's Matt Stryker on this list? Oh, he's not fucking on it. But you know what? Maybe I am, and you just don't know my name as a wrestler. Maybe I'm Dan the fucking Dad. You don't know.
Yeah, but see, I think having the 500 names does help some people out because you have like a guy like, where is he? MV Young, who just did a show out here in Brooklyn. He leads like the Poly Cult. He's an indie wrestler in New York, and I don't know what TV show you'll see him on, but now he's on this list.
So my idea is, right, because subjectively he can make a 25 list, right? When they get past that and they get up to, like, say, the hundreds, they just start going down and going, oh, wrestler, write his name down. They're not in any form
I don't think that's it at all.
No,
these guys have reasons for all of these fucking people.
There's actually some behind the scenes shit. I just don't remember where to find it, where they've explained the process, and they really do try to rank the people.
Wow,
it's
doing a fucking shit job of it.
It is pretty subjective. Yeah.
Well, there's infighting, but here's the thing: certain guys get moved up when they all agree, like, oh, this guy did something, and then they get moved up. Like Jake Atlas is clearly that far up the list because more than one person agreed with the fact that he did something this year. Well, otherwise he's a complete fucking no-name.
I mean, everyone on WrestleMania should be over a certain number.
Can I point out that little bitch Yuji Nagata is only 476?
Yeah, and by your theory, Byron, Austin Theory would be much higher on the list then.
Well, I mean, I think he hasn't done much besides that WrestleMania run, so I think that alone got him that high. But I think it's really great to see Darius Carter on the list at 337 because he's someone who hasn't been featured on any of the big wrestling promotion shows.
Hey, a few up from that is a guy named White Mike. Isn't that Sami Zayn's gimmick?
That's Larry.
Oh,
his old gimmick used to be Black Larry, I think.
Okay, I thought it was like White that. Larry, but yeah,
White Larry, maybe, I don't know, but I just know even though it's come up again, if it comes up again, there might be some questions. But he just came back. He's awesome. He looks like a ginger Fidel Castro, and he's as obnoxious as ever. And I love it. He does.
I would see, like, okay, my cutoff would be if I'm under like David Finlay, I'd be kind of pissed if I was a wrestler. But Matt Hardy's under him. No, clearly these guys aren't fans of DDT. Everyone in the DDT roster is like in the 400s or lower. Saki Akai's in there though, so another female wrestler breaking the list.
Yeah, I just saw at 319 you have Sean Dean, who's one of the AEW Dark wrestlers. He just jobbed on Dynamite, but he's one of the guys. There's some guys on Dark that are pretty good. They're just not known.
It's amazing the names that you don't see on this list too, and the fact that it's a list of 500 wrestlers, and that there are that many active wrestlers out there right now, and that there are still people aren't making the list. It's kind of crazy.
Who puts the blade over the butcher? Come on.
See, I think those four were a bit arbitrary because they're two tag teams, and you have TH2, Blade, TH2.
Why don't they just put them in as a tag team? Like that would almost be better. If they're an impactful tag team.
Clearly, Jack Evans. Clearly, sorry, YYH. Clearly, Jack Evans deserves to be above Angelico, but because we saw the PWG match, we know, Byron. We were there 5 years ago to this day. 5 years ago to this day that we're recording anyway.
By the way, is PWG recording or doing shows again? When are they going to?
I have no clue.
We got go to shows. Are they hard to get into anymore?
Yeah, they're super hard, but they
hard.
have air conditioner now, which is good.
I thought they weren't hard to get into because they have a big
No, just more people get in, I think, because the new place has a larger capacity. That doesn't make it any easier because there's still a billion people that want to go, and it's like the hottest ticket in town.
We need to get. Can you sit ringside and slam and hit the mat still?
No. Maybe if you know Jim Velasco, you can.
No,
hey,
Jim
Casey,
hasn't been able to get tickets a bunch of times lately.
Hey,
but yes.
I wanted to ask you about the Young Bucks figures. I mean, you were showing off Kenny a little bit before. Did you get to show off Kenny, or did I forget to ask you about Kenny?
Yeah, you forgot to ask me.
I'm a dick. Jesus Christ, I'm terrible at this hosting thing. You think I'd have it down after 5 years?
I want to get it.
This is Kenny Omega.
Put it full screen. I want to see that face, Byron.
Me?
Yeah, can you put it full screen?
Not yours, phone. Kenny's.
Okay, so I don't have his jacket on right now because the jacket makes his arm basically paralyzed. It's not good for posability. So here's Kenny. Here's his face. Here's his balls.
Nice.
He's got good gear. You know, he's got the Omega on the sides. He comes with it with different hands, so he can have Cactus Jack fingers if you want, or you could have two graded ones. But yeah, this is his jacket. I don't have it on him because I don't like how it looks.
Looks a little stiff.
Young Bucks have cloth jackets though, and they're fucking dope because it's the Elvis costumes here. So you got Matt, which looks the best out of all of these figures because his wife runs the merch, like Byron said. And then you have Nick, Little Generous with the hairline, awesome fringe. They've got the cool jackets. They gave them the bell bottoms, so they have specifically, molded shit for them. Some people are saying that it's hard to pose with them with these feet, but come on, if you're not doing the Young Bucks pose on your shelf, you're fucking up anyway. Why would you do anything else?
What do you need to pose them in other than a super kick? It's fine.
Yeah, they got to do the little, this thing, But they can do that because they have the chest articulation, so you can do the joints. You could be like, look at me, I'm Lanny Poffo. But
you seem to be missing one of the elite there.
No, because there's only 3 members of the elite that make it onto my shelves.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, Byron, you can go back to the 4.
So I would just say
Hangman elite? There's no Hangman figure?
Hangman Series 3, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. So
tells you your place in line, doesn't it, homie?
Yeah. Series 1 is Bucks and Kenny, Cody, Jericho, and Brandy, but you can only get Brandy online right now through Ringside Collectibles.
I still can't believe Moxley is number 1. And honestly, I would put Cody above Moxley.
I'd rather watch.
I don't know. Moxley.
I wouldn't put Cody at number 1 or even in the top 10 necessarily, but I would put him above Moxley.
Moxley, who is only in Series 2 of the action figure line.
Well, I think he came in after they had already started that.
I want to give the fans of our show some advice, though, and maybe pre-order Series 2 online because Series 1's been a pain in the fucking ass to get. If you go to Ringside Collectibles, Series 2 is Mox, it's MJF, and it's the Lucha Bros, but there's better Lucha Bros figures coming out, so you don't need to pre-order those if you don't want to.
I hear that.
Also, you don't know what they're going to not release, like the Brandy figure. So the Brandy figure was only done for restocks. So you don't know if it'll happen again with a season 2 or season 3. So
yeah, they're gonna do it with Phoenix just to fuck with me, and it's gonna be hilarious.
I get Mox as number 1 because he came out.
What?
He came out guns a-blazing as soon as.
What were you drinking?
And he had that great New Japan run. The one I thought was
look, I thought everything he did before AEW was great. Everything he did in between AEW and WWE was great. And when he got to AEW, just a fucking fizzle and a half.
I loved his first run in AEW where he was doing death matches with fucking everybody. That was the
bad.
shit.
That wasn't bad.
I like that. I mean, he did an interview recently where he brought up that they had big plans for his run where he was going to take the belt everywhere. He was going to take the belt to Japan. He was going to take the belt to Europe and work shows there too.
So just take it off of him and cool it and let him have it back later and try it again. But like, this isn't working. Whatever is going on in the past 4 or 5 months, is not working. And that is half of what makes up the time period for this list. I just don't see him being number 1 on this list.
I honestly, if it's not Pentagon or Minoru Suzuki, the whole list is bullshit.
But how can you even say Pentagon at this point? Phoenix has been better this past year than Pentagon. Just this year, I would say Pentagon was. Look, Pentagon should have been number 1 or 2, maybe 3 on this list last year or the year before. He had a huge.
I mean, in my heart, Justin. I mean, in my heart, because you know what? There could be 500 wrestlers, but only one of them has Cero Miyaido.
All right, listen. Speaking of heart, I want to close out the show talking about Chadwick Boseman. I didn't want to do it at the top of the show because I didn't want to bring myself down. It hit me pretty hard. I got to say that, like, you know, he to black people, he was our Superman. And it was a big deal, you know, what he did inhabiting that character and other characters too. I mean, he's played Jackie Robinson and Thurgood Marshall, and, you know, like, the guy has represented in throughout his career, and from everything I can tell, just a great guy. Fought colon cancer for 4 years without anybody knowing it, while still out there doing stuff for Marvel and Disney, which is not exactly a light schedule, guys.
And doing charity work and Make-A-Wish stuff and making kids that are sicker than he was lives a lot brighter too.
It's just a terrible loss, and especially at a time right now when there's a lot of unrest in society here in America and a lot of other countries. And he was a very positive figure. And the thing I got to say about Black Panther is, you know, like, if you look at Chadwick Boseman's career, and he played a lot of these influential characters in Black history. But the reason why the Black Panther character and what he did with it was so important was because it showed a futuristic look for Black people. And it's something that you don't see in film. You don't see it represented even in art, that, like, yeah, here's a whole society that's futuristic. It's technologically advanced, and it's run by Africans and Black people. And you know, there haven't been many opportunities for people of color on this planet to see themselves represented that way, to see themselves represented as a part of the future, as a part of advanced technology. I mean, in the Marvel universe, they're literally hoarding the best technology on the planet and keeping it safe and guarding it. And that's something, and conceptually, that I don't know if people understand kind of the impact of that.
No, and if anyone says War Machine, no, he was handed that by a white man. That's completely fucking
exactly
different.
And it wasn't his technology, and it wasn't his doing. He just kind of inhabited it. And it really is a positive look, and it's part of what Black society and Black culture has never gotten, and that people don't see that like, Black people don't see themselves as the characters going to Mars in a movie, or, you know, being the explorer or the inventor that, you know, finds a new world or a new nation, or the guy that saves the planet from ultimate destruction. And I know it seems like a small thing, and it's a fictional world, but it meant a lot to a lot of people. And it is a terrible and tremendous loss for people of color that Chadwick Boseman has left us at the age of 43 years old. It's just absolutely devastating to a lot of people. And I broke down on it yesterday, man. It was a hard one for me to take, you know, thinking about those little kids who have that poster of him on the walls in their rooms right now that idolized him on a level that, you know, a white kid got to do in the 40s with Superman, you know, that kids got to do again with Batman in the 80s and Iron Man in the 2000s. And then it became, you know, it was like, hey, it's our turn. We got one, and it's a good one, and we like it. And this is a great thing. I hope the Marvel universe finds a way to continue the ideology that Chadwick brought to that character, to continue that universe. It's going to be hard to replace him, and I don't know that they can or should. And it's the comic book world, so maybe there's a way to do it. But Wakanda is forever now. It seems like a simple and stupid thing to say, but it was surprisingly important to a lot of people, and I genuinely hope they find a way to continue it.
Well, there's a way with the female characters, and she took over Black Panther in the comics.
Yeah, for a little bit, but it's kind of the character that his sister's playing in the movies, but kind of not.
Okay.
Yeah, but still, the point is, it's you had finally a Superman that a Superman that looked like them,
and he eventually becomes the leader.
They haven't, but it got cut short. You don't get to grow up with that face,
And in the comics, he's a leader of the Avengers, and he was on track to be the leader of the Avengers. Who would be more capable now than him?
Yeah, and he was going to be a part of the plans for the next phase of the MCU, and
Right.
it's they got some stuff to figure out over there, and again, we lost a good soul as well, and condolences to his family and whatnot. It's not just about that, but at the same time, the legacy that he left is important. It will last forever, hopefully, because it was a very important one. So until next time, what I want to say to everybody is be kind to each other, appreciate the moments you have, and stay calm and stay in the mix.